As soon as you start building something which is that deep and potentially big, every other month you explore some angle. The bullishness of our thesis increases constantly. And I was like, it should stop somewhere, right?
Hello and welcome to a new episode of Gateway.fm podcast, where we speak about blockchain technologies and explore unique Web3 projects. Blockchain ecosystem is highly diverse with multiple chains offering their unique advantages. The question is, can we harness the benefits of all of them at the same time? Today, we are exploring the concept of network interoperability with our guest, Pavel from TAC. Hello, Pavel. Nice having you here as our guest.
Thanks for having me. Hello.
So let's start with a high overview of what TAC is and what is the idea behind the project.
Okay, TAC is a layer 1 blockchain with a novel TON adapter, which allows Web3 builders to launch their hybrid applications in Telegram and reach Telegram billion-strong user base. So practically, we allow seamless deployment of EVM applications on TON ecosystem. And our higher vision is much larger than that, as we are aiming at bringing the use case for the blockchain technology in general, leveraging that intrinsic community of Telegram.
Mm-hmm. So the main benefits of building on TON is?
So there are some, it's mostly unknown that Telegram, in partnership with TON, which happened a year and a half ago, have done what many spoke about, literally putting crypto in every pocket. So if you're using Telegram, whether you know it or not, you are able to send received crypto without, even if you don't know what it is, right? So that is already done by Telegram and TON with a project which is called Wallet. And that is essential step of UX simplification, which is necessary for the consumer or mass adoption to happen, right? So this step is already done. The next thing, which we are actually trying to solve and bringing into the ecosystem, is the step 2 of the UX simplification, as we call it, where there is not only the blockchain as a technology integrated in the biggest messenger, but it's fully functional. And that means that the blue chips applications are there, that the biggest dev community is available, and these applications are filled with liquidity. And that means Ethereum ecosystem. So that's what TAC is doing. We enabling the EVM stack and full functionality of EVM for TON ecosystem, powering the blockchain technology within the super app called Telegram.
So seems like TAC brings a lot of value for TON ecosystem, allowing easy integration of already existing EVM Dapps into TON ecosystem.
Exactly.
So are you supported in any way with TON Foundation?
Yes, of course. TON Foundation's VC arm called TON Ventures is our early backer. But we ourselves are originally TON native builders. I'm a co-founder of the first liquid staking on TON blockchain called BMO. It happened back in the day. We started building it in 2022. Back in the early days. So we know the ecosystem. We've been contributing to building it. We've found TAC with another and probably the biggest builder within the ecosystem called TOP, the open platform. So for us, we're TON first in our mindset, and probably one of the few, if not the only, fit to deliver infrastructure projects like this within the ecosystem. But most importantly, it has to be clear that that alignment is there, right? By alignment, I mean interests of TAC extending the TON ecosystem, And we contrast ourselves to L2 concepts which fragment liquidity and user base. So some confuse us with the layer 2. Back in the early days, it was one of the concepts which went public. Was neither the business case actually, and the reason for that is that we, in contrast to layer 2, are not parasitic, meaning we do not drag out the user to set up a wallet on a standalone chain. Every transaction on TAC is originated by a TON wallet holder. It starts, it ends on TON. And that by itself, highlights the alignment by design. And that's how the whole infrastructure is set up with us.
How the developer experience look like? When I have a EVM compatible D app running on EVM compatible chain and I want to bring it to TON, so what steps do I have to take?
This is exactly where TAC comes in, as TON is an exclusive blockchain integrated in Telegram. So basically, if you are not building on TVM stack and TVM architecture, and you want to ease up the deployment of EVM app, TAC is the only option you're having. And the experience, the reason we're, for example, using the Cosmos SDK and Ethermint, powered by Ethermint, is that we want to make this experience as seamless as possible. So
how does it look like?
Yeah, so it's a no change to the code deployment of the EVM app on TAC layer 1, which is fully EVM compatible. At the same time, deploying the application, you become what we call hybrid. So basically, every TAC deployed application is hybrid in the sense that apart from core logic deployed on TAC layer 1, it is supplemented by TVM modules. So practically, the transactional and custodial function of interacting with the user is built upon smart contracts deployed on TVM side.
Interesting. So you break down the smart contract. Part of it is executed on EVM, and part of it is executed on TVM.
So yes, hybrid splits. I wouldn't say we're breaking down or splitting something. The beauty of it is that EVM code of the developed Ethereum EVM compatible application stays the same, but is complemented with a module which takes of the transactional aspects of the required by architecture of TAC application. So think of this as a set of two sets of smart contracts which supplement every Dapps deployed on TAC, one on EVM side, one on TVM side. On EVM, it allows the application to interact with what we call TON adapter, which is the core of architecture of TAC, which takes care of cross-chain messaging and cross-chain asset movement. So the EVM smart contract set connects it to TON adapter on EVM side. TVM developed using TON SDK. That's what we bring into the deployment process, easing it up for the builders. They can use this software development kit, easily building TVM smart contracts, allowing TON wallet holder to connect and turn to the TON adapter. So basically, this app is now secured from two sides interacting with the TON adapter, taking care of cross-chain messaging and assets if required.
Okay, I've got it. And could you name a couple of projects that have already successfully leveraged the opportunities provided by TAC?
Yeah, so a few weeks ago we've launched a testnet. There is an application called Curve already deployed. It can be easily and should be tested. We call people to just enter Curve in a Telegram search bar and see what happens. Basically, it's a Telegram mini app format available there in Telegram, fully functional. And what it actually brings into is easily shown on the example, but what you would be able to do without downloading any application, typing in Curve, you'll open a mini app within Telegram, which is easily connected to your in-app wallet in turn with the simple clicks, and you can start swapping as is. So this is the step 2 of UX simplification I referred in the beginning, where you as a user, not only without changing any context, you're linking your wallet with just one click, but you swapping practically cross-chain, you are actually storing different types of assets in one wallet. It's kind of a chain abstraction in a sense, but more importantly, that's an abstraction of difficulties from user experience perspective, such as bridging. So basically, that's an app, you push swap, and that's it. You end up with Ethereum. If you swap TON to Ethereum, you end up with Ethereum in your TON wallet.
Wow.
You don't have to take care about bridging. You don't have, like, all of that is taken care of by TON adapter on the back end. And that, we consider that essential for any viral consumer use cases, which can be built on top of the blockchain technology, underpinning the vision I've mentioned in the beginning, which might sound cosmological in a sense.
Yeah, sounds like a miracle.
Yeah. But it's really about this. So TAC, getting a bit deeper into the vision of what we're building, EVM functionality is doing a lot, but allowing Web3 builders to deploy their blue chip application. That is a trust layer, application trust layer, which attracts liquidity easily. Mm-hmm. When applications have liquidity, they're functional. When they're functional, primitives in DeFi like DEXs, money markets, and perp DEXs, with those primitives, you can start structuring and doing products which can yield you something, hence the yield aggregators. And as soon as you have a fully functional stack with the liquidity and with the yield functions, you can now actually promote this as a tool set for the consumer app builders within super app called Telegram. And that's available only in TON ecosystem, because TON is the only blockchain which is seamlessly integrated in Telegram. So that is very interesting, because right now you practically can pitch that tool set to regular consumer app builders who would aim not the degen community of active 2 million users who are mercenary in their nature, looking for tokens and airdrops, but those who are totally different. They're not aware of what blockchain is, but they are there. So we're in TAC. The thesis of build it and they would come is literally wrong, right? So we're opposing that with saying build, they're here. So the upside of this is there is no competition, and they count in hundreds of millions. Yes, they're different in their consumption pattern. Yes, you cannot upsell them the swapping on DEXs easily, but the amount of those users and the simplicity of the UX, which Telegram and TON have made possible, is there already. So we're trying to simplify it on the step 2, as mentioned, taking care of on the back end of those technical aspects of the blockchain, allowing consumer builders to start bringing those projects, whether that fintech ones or games powered by yield.
So if I get it correctly, DeFi applications are the ones that would gain the most benefits out of TAC.
So our chapter 1 of our playbook is definitely DeFi. We're doing a push there. So getting into details there, it's not only the blue chip apps we are quite good at working on onboarding into TAC. It's not the liquidity, which I'm pretty sure will be will be powering those applications from day one. But what we call the yield API concept, which basically was described by me, the one you can integrate in a consumer application. So those yields, and correctly mentioned, based on DeFi, these, as we understand, is the shortcut for the consumer app builders to grasp the concept of upside of the technology, because blockchain as a value transfer mechanism and its incarnation in DeFi is mostly developed, probably, right? We see a lot of implications there on digital ID side, on social apps. But DeFi is what is well capitalized, well developed already. The applications are stress tested and proved with time that the liquidity can trust them, and that what opens the functionality door. And as soon as the functionality is there, the yield API concept can exist, and the consumer builders can benefit by the tech with their product expertise, presenting it in a super app to the regular consumer.
Got it. Let's now dive a little bit into technical implementation. Like, as Gateway is an infrastructure company, we are always interested in technical solutions. So could you please shed some light on the architecture of TAC?
So sure. TAC has two core modules. One is a layer 1 EVM compatible layer, and another one, which is the core of TAC, is a TON adapter. So for the EVM layer 1, like ideally, a lot of team members are originally from Web 2. I think TON and Telegram is, in a sense, product-oriented mentality, mostly as an ecosystem, which is a good thing in my understanding. We ideally would not innovate anything, right? So we do not rebuild the layer 1, hence our use of Cosmos for that purpose. It's battle tested, time proven, fast finality, the Ethermint and Tendermint consensus, hence the choice. We had to match the scalability and speed of TON blockchain for the whole interoperability to work as fast as needed.
Yeah, that was my next question about Cosmos SDK. So you utilize this technology. Could you a little bit tell what it is and what it allows a user to do, why it was the best choice for your project?
Yeah, so basically choosing the stack for the layer 1, we were aiming at a time-proven solution, customizable, fast enough, and most importantly, EVM compatible. So that's bottom up why it is Tendermint delegated proof of stake and the fast finality of it. Ethermint, as we had to have it EVM compatible and customizable, because our service provider Anchor is doing the maintaining the layer 1, helping us doing that. More to that, they are closely working with Babylon, and they're integrating from day one Babylon restaking for our layer, which is important for every new layer 1 in terms of TVL and security of the layer. That is the modularity, customization, speed of transaction, and EVM compatibility were the inputs, and the solution of choice was Cosmos. So coming back to your question regarding the architecture of TAC, layer 1, as I mentioned, we were not trying to innovate Important part of it is Babylon integration, which is the the proper innovation on the layer 1 side of things. Second module is TON adapter. So TON adapter we had to build it ourselves. The reason for that is that it exists on TVM and EVM, and this is a decentralized, practically that's a decentralized sequencer network, validated, coordinating the cross-chain messaging and acting as a canonical bridge if needed. So this thing we had to build ourselves. The consensus there is still worked on. It's more complicated than regular EVM one, as it is reliant on TVM side as well. Ideally, we would not innovate this part as well, but time has come for it to be built.
So many new things. Like you mentioned Ethermint, what it is and what role it plays in the architecture.
So it's a consensus built on top of Tendermint, and as far as I understand the technical aspects of it, being not an engineer, it allows it to be fully EVM compatible. For us, the key was to make the EVM deployment as seamless as possible. For it to be no change to the code, so the applications are not required to re-audit the code base, meant full EVM compatibility, and that's what Ethermint allowed us to achieve.
Okay, got it. And what consensus mechanism is used in this layer 1 blockchain?
Delegated proof of stake, and I believe that would be used on TON adapter as well.
Mm-hmm. And how the validators are selected in this delegated proof of stake system?
I believe it's epoch to epoch. Right now it's timestamp wise, it's once in a few days.
Okay, looking ahead, what are your plans for TAC? What is on your roadmap?
We've recently launched a testnet. We are actually just, going out into the world, spreading the message that we as an infra are there. And for us, it's probably the most important part, aligned with loading the testnet with the, deployed applications. We have around 30 in our pipeline already deploying on different stages. For us, it's a challenge to deliver the message that, in contrast to building community of builders and hence the applications around the technology, it's different this time because the technology has been integrated into existing community, and that cannot be copycatted in a sense. It has to be done from scratch, and that implies, for example, the concept of Telegram mini applications. That's probably the most innovative part of stuff, which in essence either open door to existing blockchain applications to the crypto native audience of Telegram, as well as non-crypto audience. But more importantly, that's something which can be more consumer oriented, as the conversion of these applications is much higher. As we know, hundreds of millions of users of a Telegram will be happy to benefit from the TAC, but obviously not the majority is familiar with the technology, right? As we've discussed. So for us, delivering the message that tapping into different architecture ecosystem of TON with us is much easier. People can see the product market fit. They can migrate natively to building on TVM, which is an important aspect of what we're doing as well. and practically bringing in that devs community into ecosystem is quite challenging. So that's what what lies ahead of us and what we focus on these days. But we have to explain to builders that if the audience is different and it's not just about airdropping your tokens or reducing the fees for the swaps. It's it's interesting to see how developers emerge under this
how they adapt to a new environment.
Some are willing to, others don't, frankly. But there is a new cohort of those who are even not familiar with blockchain. But we simplify the integration of for example, the yield concept into the application. So for us, it's more on the educational side with the builders, existing builders, and incubation and acceleration of projects of teams who specialize on product side for the consumer app side of that in a Telegram mini app format.
As I see it, like TAC brings the simplicity of seamless user interface to the complexity and diversity of all overall Ethereum ecosystem. So it combines these different things, and it will provide us some new benefits and new opportunities. It will unlock a lot of new things in the ecosystem. And I'm very excited to witness the success and the growth of the project.
Yeah, thank you. It's interesting, as soon as you start building something which is that deep and potentially big, every other month you explore some angle and how it's beneficial. And so the curious thing is that within the team, the bullishness of our thesis increases constantly. And I was like, it should stop somewhere, right?
But maybe not. The sky is the limit.
It's interesting. So our journey originally was a TON native one, right? So we came to an idea of TAC as those who were contributing to building DeFi, and at some point we understood that EVM, typical, let's say, layer 2 ecosystem takes 12 to 24 months to develop fully, bootstrap applications, liquidity and stuff. Alt VM can take up to 5-7 years. And us as stakeholders within the TON ecosystem, investors on TON, and builders of DeFi, we're asking ourselves, how can we accelerate the process, right? Because the TON, for example, from liquid staking developer perspective, there was a lack of utility for LSTs. That's what we're facing. That's what we've learned the hard way, that it is a function of development of DeFi. If they're it's a case of Lido, right? So it's huge backer and integrations. Integrations are available with other applications, becoming a standard in DeFi, only if the applications are there, right? And if liquidity can trust it. So for applications to develop, it takes time. So we estimate, our experience says it's around starting from 3 to 9 months to build natively on TON. And a lot of successful teams, they do not see a particular reason to spend that much of time and resources to do that. And that's only for a new concept, which has to be re-audited, battle tested with time, right? For liquidity to trust it, to make it functional, as discussed. So we thought of something that can potentially bring on the dev community, which is biggest, right? That's why we started with EVM.
And are you planning to bring other ecosystems to TON?
Yes, we have milestones further down the road, working with the Sol Move VM and LVMs. It is in the pipeline, though right now we're obviously focused on EVM.
It's interesting how ecosystem is evolving, and I will be glad to see how it all combines in a united ecosystem where all the liquidity moves smoothly along different chains.
Yeah, I mean the aggregation of that's why we partner up with the layer of Polygon. We're betting heavily on the concept of uniting the liquidity in a sense. We present the concept of add-on of liquidity of TAC as a unified liquidity. That's another, apart from contrast to layer 2 on the user base side, that's another aspect of ours. So basically, every liquidity locked in application on TAC, as soon it is interacted with TON wallet holder, practically it adds on to the TVL of the ecosystem. Not only because it is a bridge involved, right? But as soon as we are not forcing the user to install a standalone wallet on TAC side, it is accessible by only the TON wallet holder. So hence, should be counted as liquidity of the ecosystem, and that's the unified liquidity, as technically it's different VMs it's staying on. And the number of apps, the unified liquidity, and the Dapps, that's what makes it kind of a time ARP for the ecosystem development. So basically, we consider that another point of view is that we're basically compressing the time for the ecosystem to develop, and development of the ecosystem is a base on top of which the super app can be successful, which fully aligns with the interest of Telegram. So alignment with TON and Telegram, that's our foundation, let's say, and we believe we're very we're working on the way to get there.
Yeah, thank you for your insights. It was brilliant, and I learned so many new concepts and ideas. I wish you good luck on your journey, and I will be happy to witness your success, the success of TAC.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.